Hello everyone. I'm Daniel, and we are going to play another true solo run on the channel. This time it's just going to be a classic. Going to play Ashcan Pete, as you can see here, through the Dunwich Legacy, the very first full-length campaign of Arkham Horror, the card game. So, before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and show you what the deck looks like. It's also a pretty simple, no frills deck. We have a Dark Horse thing going on. I want to try that out in this campaign. It's also where the campaign, the card came from originally. But we're also running Fire Axe as our weapon, but mostly we want to use Duke. Duke is a good boy. Duke is basically how we do most of our things in this deck. We want to use him to fight, to do extra damage, and to investigate and move, which in true solo is a big deal. So I've played Ashcan Pete before on this channel, and I played him as part of a two-player, but I didn't do a regular Ashcan Pete. That was a parallel. So we're going back to basics. The Ashcan Pete front side will be just to discard a card to ready an asset, which is probably just going to be Duke. There might be some other things we throw in later, but it's Duke. We could ready the Pocket Multi-Tool. This is a nice little customizable card that gets us +1 skill value for any test. But I don't know. Otherwise, a lot of skills. Inspiring Presence is here to ready Duke as well and heal. And Where's the Party is our other splash card, one of splash card, which is to try to get some of those non-elite victory point enemies, which are otherwise hard to fish out in true solo. One of St. Hubert's Key for some good stats. Kind of expensive, but we'll see if we can do that. And a Fieldwork is another classic combo with Duke because you get that +2 after you move, right, for that investigation using Duke. That's it. We'll see what happens for the rest of this, but I just want to give you a brief overview of the deck. Now, back over here, we're going to be setting up our Damned first. I've never played this weakness before. Might be kind of fun to see what we get. We're going to be getting a random card from the tarot deck, and we'll be getting it in reverse position, of course. So there's no weakness here in my deck, but of course in Dunwich that hardly matters, right? Okay, so this is going to be the final agenda. The game enters play with 1 Doom on it. Okay, I mean, we just have to go quick in this one. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. All right, so the story of this one is we are looking for the lost professors. So Warren Rice, who's in the other scenario, the other first scenario, and Dr. Francis Morgan is in this one. I opted for this route. House always wins first, partly because last time I played this last year, I think on the channel, I did the other way. And I think it would be fun to get Francis Morgan for combat. Okay, we're looking at some skills here. Ultimately in this one, I mean, I could hold on to the Pocket Multi-Tool, but I don't think we need any of these things right off the bat. Pocket Multi-Tool is good, but let's toss it back. I'd rather just see more cards at the beginning. Okay, so we got our Dark Horse, which we may or may not play. Remember, this one requires you to spend resources to gamble. We may just play it later. On the other hand, St. Hubert's Key is really good, so I probably do want to play that. The Fire Axe is here. Sparrow Mask is also really nice with a Dark Horse deck because it's really cheap. The Take Heart could get us the more resources we want. Okay, so I'm looking like I'm happy to just like get the clue here and maybe play something. Okay, Agenda 1A. You've entered the Clover Club Casino in search of Dr. Morgan. The club is bustling at this late hour, filled with patrons looking to relax and drink or make it big. You don't appear to be in much danger. Each criminal enemy gains aloof, 4 doomed to advance. And yeah, so essentially I want to make sure the Clever Club pit boss is not at my location when I'm intending to get clues. So that's something that we can pay attention to. So we're going to look for Dr. Morgan, and the way to do it is to get past this first act by getting 4 clues. And there's this reaction when you reveal a chaos token. You may treat that token as if it were any other token in the chaos bag. If you do, remember that you have cheated. So that is something that is a problem. I can't waste too much time in this scenario. So if I am not able to, I was looking also for the Madame Lebranche to be able to use on that second location. But if we're not like immediately lucky with um, the gambling, then we might just have to cheat. Okay. I think what we do here is we throw out the St. Hubert's key for action 1. Gets us some boosts here. And then we're going to want to investigate here and also stay here. So let's go ahead and do the investigate with Duke, just staying here. And I'm going at 5 to 2 now because I get that +1 with St. Hubert's key. Our tokens are fine. Well, I mean, that's not great. So we do fail that test. Okay, so I can ready Duke and try again. I'm gonna lose something. It might just have to be the dark horse. I think it is. Okay, so we use our ability to discard a card from our hand. We're gonna ready Duke, and we're gonna try again. Same numbers. Okay, that's a -2 this time. Oh yeah, I should get my token up on the screen. This time we get the clue. Okay. We didn't get to play our other stuff, but that's what happens when we draw -4 on the first go. So he's got Hunter, but he still is aloof. So we just go ahead and go to Upkeep. Okay. An extra Fire X. 1 out of 4 now. That's so funny. Just stay over there, please. Let's give this a good shuffle. Cursed Luck. Okay. -1 skill value during skill tests. After you succeed by 1 or more, discard it. Okay, at least I do have a reasonable number, right? I'm testing at 5 with investigates. But, you know, it is what it is. So I could walk twice and then gamble, just spending all of my money. That's probably what I do. I could use Duke and throw the take heart or something. No, I mean, that would just probably end up passing that test, so that's not a good idea. Okay, so we move once. And I don't have an ally in my hand, even though that would be really awesome if I did. This is the place to go get a drink. I might have to do that. And then here, we will be doing this. We'll spend 2 resources, get a random chaos token. If it is a elder sign, it's really, really good. If it's even, that's what I want. Get 2 clues. If it's odd, nothing happens. So we just spend our money and hope for the best. Okay, I don't have any money, so I can't treat that as a 0. I'm not even sure I could do that because it's not a skill test, but do we immediately cheat? Am I gonna have to do this twice? This gives me 2. I think I just have to cheat. I think I have to just run that as an elder sign and get 2 resources and 2 clues. Otherwise, I think we're just going to be too far behind. It stinks, but I need to be able to gamble next round. Okay. Perception. Oh, I don't have the counters. Not that it counts as an elder sign, but I'll get that out. Okay. So that is 2 Doom on the agenda. We go for another encounter card. It is a second Cursed Luck. Yikes. That's not great. Although we could maybe fish out some stuff with the take heart now. I don't know. Okay, well, we are going to gamble again. So that's just what we do here. We're going to spend 2. And we give -4, which is actually good, right? This is a even number. But on the other hand, I can just treat this as another elder sign because I've already cheated. So there's no reason why I wouldn't just take 2 resources and the 2 clues. All right, I'm going to lose all of the clues except for 1. And we're going to advance the act. Okay. After speaking to a number of gamblers and servers and cheating at the games, it seems as though Dr. Morgan has had quite the run lately. Instead of cashing out his winnings, he was convinced to double down. He was last seen entering the guard hall near the back of the card room. So we get the darkened hall into play. So, I mean, I don't always recommend cheating. These are also going to come into play in a second. But I feel like given the Doom situation, as well as no Madame Lebranche here, I just kind of have to. Anyway, we're going to discard cards from the counter deck until a criminal enemy is discarded and spawn that enemy in the darkened hall. And just so you know, these were all definitely shuffled. Okay, that is that. Get rid of this. Our new act is we need to get 2 clues and go to the VIP area because he's in the private section of the club. Okay, have the 1 clue already. That was my first action. These guys are still aloof. So I can sneak on by, which is probably what I do. I do want to kill the Clover Club pit boss, but I think it's more important for me to get going with the objective here as well. All right, so that was one action to move, and then we're going to use Duke to go into one of these locations for a clue. Let's pick the one on the bottom. It is the back alley. Okay, so we're going 3 to 1 with our cursed luck. I think we throw in the perception and hope to succeed by a bunch. Okay, so we've got 4, 5, 6, 7 minus 2 is 3. Sorry, is 5. So 5 to 1 minus 2 is 3 to 1. That's good enough to get rid of the cursed lucks. Get that, get that. All right, excellent. By the way, I have minus 2 sanity. I don't think, I mean, it'll be fine. Okay. So we have our 2 clues. We just need to make our way to the other locations. Upkeep. We are racked by nightmares, so actually now we need to start taking a turn off here. So that is that. 3 out of 4. Arousing suspicions. I'm going to lose 2 resources because there's no doom to be placed on criminals back here. Oh, by the way, this guy's here. All right. I think we clear this. We're going to have a bit of a fight next round. We could do the Spare Mask, or we could do the Fire Axe. I think we throw the Fire Axe down for 1. And that way we can have enough, I think, to deal with all of them. There's the Dark Horse. All right, well, you know. Okay, we're going to go on to the next agenda. Your questioning has drawn the attention of several men, hired thugs by the look of them. Francis doesn't want to be bothered, one of them says. We suggest you leave the premises before we force you to leave. All right, we have not finished the other scenario, so we just shuffle this into there. And we have got 3 doom. So yeah, we had 4 rounds, right? So this guy moved here on round 1, 2. Have I missed a round here? He moved once on round on 0. 1, 2. Boy, should he have caught up quite a bit more? Hold on. Okay, yeah, he should be here. That's kind of why I played all this stuff. All right. So we've done this. We do get a new encounter card, which is a Twist of Fate. Reveal a random token from the token bag. It is take a damage. I did not reveal a positive number or one of those symbols. Okay. Damage is a bit of a tricky one. Actually, I'm going to put it on Duke in case we need to ready him. All right, so these guys no longer have aloof, and I just need to move in and do my best. So yeah, we do that. We move in. They're both engaged with me now. We could... So that's one action. So we're going 4... We might want to take this guy out first. So we can use Duke, which puts us up 1, which is not really a good number. But we can commit something. We could probably commit this to go up 2. 3 would be nicer, of course. But I think I want to hold on to these cards. Up 2. -1. Okay. That's 2 damage with Duke. All right. Now I'm going to use the Fire Axe for my last action. I'm going to spend all my money. So we're going to go 2 plus 4. That's 6. 6 on 3. All right. +1. Love to see it. All right. Enemy phase. We get hit for 1 damage. And I lose a resource. No resources to be lost. And we're back to the top. Hunted down. Okay. If there are if there are one or more unengaged, no, there are no unengaged criminal enemies. So this is just going to go back to the. Okay, we get a rat. All right, I think we just maybe just use Duke. We can go 4 on 2. This is also going to be 4 on 2. So yeah, we use Duke. And we're up 2 on the guy. -1 is good enough. We have the rats. We could spend our resource. I think we do. I think we go 4 on 1. Okay. Didn't need to. And then I think we feed Duke a treat. Probably not going to play the Dark Horse this game to ready him. And then we use his ability to go into, how about this room? And we're going to investigate here at the VIP area. Yay! At 5 on 3. Let's run it. No, -3. Okay. I could also spend my clues. In fact, I think I will. Let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty. So, we have not completed extracurricular activity. You find Dr. Morgan gambling in one of the VIP rooms, but he appears to be playing cards with 2 unconscious bodies, his pupils dilated as though in a trance. All right, so we're going to get Dr. Morgan, and we are going to try to talk with this guy. Okay, we're going to do a parlay. It's a parlay of 3 willpower to shake him out of his daze, and we just need to do this once. Just once. And then we'll try to see if we can mop up with, oh, that's nice, with some victory points. I don't get this stuff. We don't get cards or resources here. Okay. Another swarm of rats. Sure. What I'm going to do is try to get this guy first. I'm at 5 on 3. I think we take that. -1. Very nice. So we get Francis Morgan. I'm not going to put a clue on him. It's like an extra clue that I don't need. So this is the way out. If I pick up this clue, I just drop it here. So I need to get both of these clues, right? And then drop them both here. Yeah, this is the consequence of getting the 1 clue here, which I probably didn't need to do, but it kind of depended on if I guess I never needed it. Well, anyway, I'll have to get that other clue then, which is probably fine. Okay, we can use Duke here at 4 on 1. Nice. Rats down. We can use Francis Morgan now. Oh, I guess I was at 5 to draw a card. Live and Learn's pretty good. And then we need to try to get this clue. So let's feed Duke the Sparrow Mask, I think. And then have him go at 5 on 3. All right, let's live and learn that. Go again at 7 on 3. Okay. That'll do the trick. Right? Because it was originally 5, 7. Yep. Okay. Good. No cards or resources. We are, however, going to advance the agenda here, and then this is going to get one more doom. All right. You hear a crash from somewhere outside and screams of pain in the lounge. A terrible monstrosity smashes through the entrance to the club, crushing the stairwell and knocking over gangsters and patrons alike. Spawn a random enemy from the set-aside Hideous Abomination set. And I believe we also get Striking Fear and the Encounter Discard pile. Okay. So this is going to go in here. Oh, I guess we need one of these first. It is the Servant Lurker. Okay, I want to try to get this guy dead, if we can, into the lounge. That's here. These also go in. La Bella Luna's gone. Okay. So it enters play with 1 doom on it. We just advanced. We hit a card. A Rotting Remains. Okay, we're at 5, 2, 3. I think we can just run that. -2. We pass. Okay, so I want to try to get this clue. So we move for action 1. We use Duke for action 2. I don't have any resources, but that's okay. We're 5 on 2. Hey, I have resources now. 1, 2, 3. I get the clue. I think the prudent thing would be to put down this pocket multi-tool. And we'll see if we can draw some more stuff that lets us deal with this Servant of the Lurker. All right, we can go to Upkeep. Inspiring Presence. Okay. So we got all the victory points. We're going to drop 2 clues here. So we want to get this guy and then just leave. 2 of 7. We do have tons of time. I don't love that. So do I take the fight to him or I wait for him to come here? He's going to attack me if he moves here. Because I could move, attack, but then I'm like 2 away from the resign. I could just draw cards, wait an extra round, hope that that's okay. We could try to get rid of the Cursed Luck. Let's draw a card. Oh, that's excellent. Let's try to get rid of the Cursed Luck here. We can use Duke. We're at 5, 6, 5 again, to 2. This is action 2. -1. Excellent. That gets rid of this. No clues, of course. I'm going to wait for him to move here. So I'll draw 1 more card. Yeah. Resourceful. Okay. Upkeep. This guy's here. Love to see the guts. We just don't want to see a Frozen in Fear. Okay, that's pretty good. We're going to take some damage probably. -4. Take a damage. But we do have Francis Morgan. All right, so I'm just going to move in and we could, if we're lucky, get him completely. Okay. How do we do this? So we have 3. This can get us +4 to 7 on 4. Inspiring Presence. Resourceful. Yeah, I think that's what we do. We use the Fire X first. We spend 2. So now we're at 7. And this gets us to 8. 8 on 4. This is our second action. -2. That's 3 damage. Very good. And we're going to pull back. Probably Live and Learn. Yeah, that seems good. And these are gone. And I have 1 more action. We can use the Fire X again. We can use Duke to go 5. Yeah, we use Duke. 5, 6. Let's go 6 on 4. If we have to Live and Learn, then we will. Yeah. Okay, so we'll Live and Learn that. And that puts us at 5, 7. Might as well go 8. Okay. That is readying Duke, which would have happened anyway, and we heal. That's pretty good. All right. Servant Lurker is down. Now we can just get out of here. Go to upkeep. 4 of 7. Swarm of Rats. I could have drawn another card with Francis Morgan. That's okay. Honestly, there's no reason to do anything but just take some damage. Like 1 damage to move. And that's it when we resign. We can get out this way. We drop our clues and leave the rats behind. So we get a total of 4 VP, I think, unless there's something else. And then we advance this. Okay, we escape the club, doing your best to look inconspicuous as several cars pull up near the street. Handful of grim-faced men and women exit, running towards the restaurant's entrance to take control of the situation. One of them catches your eye, his hand on the grip of his .38, but thankfully he turns his attention back to the rest of the crew and follows them into the club. Okay, resolution number 2. So, the O'Banion gang has a bone to pick with the investigators. We do get to add Francis Morgan to our deck, and we did cheat, so unfortunately we are going to add a Elder Thing to the Chaos bag. But otherwise, that is 4 victory points, which is a good haul. I mean, it is basically all you can get. I got very lucky with the Servant Lurker popping out. Let's see what else we had. Where's the Party coming up pretty soon, so I could have grabbed it one way or another. I mean, cheating was the right call. Unfortunately we didn't see Dark Horse in this deck basically at all. I don't know what to say about that other than I really didn't feel like I could play it. But I think for the next scenario, I'm going to upgrade. I don't know. I mean, we could do a lot of things. We can upgrade our fire axes because they're kind of cool, but I don't think I do that till later. We can't upgrade to the permanent Dark Horse, which is really what I want to do. Hunting Jacket is kind of a banger of a card. It gets me resources. It helps with some of the other stuff. I'm afraid that I wouldn't get my stuff out of the jacket though that easily. I can also upgrade the pocket multi-tool. I'm not sure to what. Probably the fight. The fight seems harder right now just because if I have the St. Hubert's key, that's really good. I can also just make it a lucky on tap. I could just put all 4 into the spring loaded. That's not bad. That is actually pretty good. But economy is also important. All right, well, we'll find out next time what I ended up upgrading. See you then.